This is Lilo, owned by Knudten. And what I'm going to do here is show you how I start my long extended pile drills and then how I transition to a ladder drill. Now she has not done this before yet, so I like to do some of these videos as I do them the first time so you can see if I run into a issue, how I correct it, how I reinforce it, and how I move on to the next phase. So having her stay at that sit position is huge because that's the foundation of waiting. And as I send her on the first one, what I do is I back up so the next time it's a little longer retrieve. Sit, fetch. So as she goes, I start walking back. So when she gets one here, I'll be about 10 yards farther. So now we're at about 50 yards. Heel, good girl. Sit, drop, fetch. There again, I'll start moving back. And the advantage of this, she already knows there's one out there because she's been there to that spot. So now we're about 70 yards. Heel, sit, drop, fetch. That's always the toughest one at first, is because of the extension. So off of this, I'm going to try and transition into a ladder drill, which is like a vertical pile drill. Heel, drop, sit. So I'll have her at sit, and then what I don't do is I don't constantly turn my head and look back, but I just kind of look at her out of the corner of my eye occasionally, so I know she's not moving. When you do this drill, you want to put the last one down first. In other words, the farthest one. And you can see how important it is for your obedience to come into play here, because she's about 50 yards from me. You got to be able to walk away from your dog to do this. Now a lot of times when I first do this drill, they might go past one of the deadfalls because they see the next one, but that's why it's important I kind of repeat the command as she's going. Sit, fetch, 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 here, there you go. And all of this comes from all those shorter drills. Sit, drop, fetch, 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 here, here. So you saw what happened there. Wasn't able to get her stopped. There again, this is the first time she's ever run this drill. Heel, sit, drop, fetch. So what I'll do, you'll see I'll repeat this drill, but what I'll do next time is that second one, I'll have heel, sit, hold, drop, good girl, sit. I will have actually a bigger gap between it. Hoping that I got enough time if she does that again to stop her. But that's pretty common, because she was going so fast as she got to the second one, she picked up visually this last one up here and it pulled her out there. It's like a magnet. So I'll intentionally sit. You saw her moving there, so I'm going to widen that out. Now, if my collar work, my obedience work wasn't up to snuff, I would not have been able to get her just to sit right back down there. A lot of times when you get that far away, they start sniffing around and looking around and get distracted. Good girl. So we'll try this one more time. Sit, fetch, 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 here, Fetch. Because she tends to roll them a little bit, if you know that. In other words, as she gets them, she kind of rolls them like a bowling ball. Good. Drop. Fetch. 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 See what we get now. There we go. That a girl. Now, that actually, part of that came from, on this first one, how I stopped her to get her back, not to go past it. Drop. Of course, the last one's the toughest. Fetch. Now, if she's going, I'm actually going to back up because we're going to be about 100 yards apart here. So now she's got to bring it a long, long way. That a girl, Lilo. Heel. So you saw how I transitioned to her making a mistake the first time around. Hold. Drop. To succeeding the second time. So that would be a ladder drill. Set.